to Yo Soy Neighborhoods Fresno. Right now, you're probably watching a few wonderful smiling faces from Camp Sunshine Dreams. This is a special camp that's here in Central California, and this year it's going to run August 29th July 29th through August 3rd, and that's at Huntington Lake. And this is a camp that it's free. This is a special camp for cancer survivors, specifically here in Central California. So today we have special guests. We have Stephanie Casey, who is the director of Camp Sunshine. And then we have a very special guest, Michaela Weaver, who is an actual cancer survivor and attended Camp Sunshine Dreams. So we'll start with Stephanie. And Stephanie, thank you both for joining.
Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Today, I'd like to ask you, get started with this interview. Let me know, share with the audience your background. Have you always lived here in Fresno?
So my family came from Seattle, Washington, and Portland, Oregon, and they moved down here when I was born, and they had my younger brother.
That was around 1980 or something?
1987 they moved here, and we grew up in Reedley, so not too far from Fresno, in a little farm town. And then when my brother got diagnosed, we came up here to Fresno and went to Valley Children's Hospital.
So your brother was diagnosed with cancer?
Yes, in 1991.
Okay, and what's his name?
My brother is Bryan.
Okay. Did he survive?
He survived, yes. He is 28 years old, and he just got married to a registered nurse. So
wow.
Now she takes care of him.
Oh, how exciting. How exciting. So you've been through this Camp Sunshine.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
I've been going for 25 years.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wow. That's wonderful. So, really, are you a Fresno State graduate?
I went to Fresno Pacific University.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, what's your degree in?
My bachelor's is in liberal studies, and then I have my multiple subject teaching credential, and then I have my master's in curriculum and teaching with a focus on behavior management.
Oh, okay, great. So, Camp Sunshine fits well for your...
Yes, it does.
Okay. And so, now you said your parents and all of you moved here in the 80s, and then so you attended all the schools here and know all about...
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Fresno, okay. Reedley's a cute little town.
It is, I love it.
So do you still live in Reedley?
I live in Visalia currently, but I teach in Reedley.
Oh, okay, I love Visalia, the downtown area.
Yes,
it's very
it's
nice.
beautiful.
It is, yes. Okay, so now did they invite you to become director, or how did that come about?
Yes, so in 1995, my brother and I went to Camp Sunshine Dreams as campers, and when we were 15 years old, we were too old to go. So when we were 17, we came back as counselors, and then a couple years later in my 20s, they invited me to join the foundation board. And so I joined them and did various fundraisings and events, and eventually our director retired, and she asked me to replace her.
How exciting! What happened when she offered that to you?
I was very nervous. I had been going for many, many years, but I was still nervous because there were several people my age, and I didn't know how people would react to such a young director, because our director was in her 60s when she retired, and so I wasn't sure if they would take the age gap well, but everybody responded really well, and I have great staff that works with me, and our wonderful kids, of course.
Oh, okay, that's great. Well, congratulations. That was a good fit. I mean, you've been there, you grew up.
Yes. Wonderful fit.
Yes, because you know, inside and out, both
Yes.
sides of the fence. So, and then we have today also Michaela Weaver, and you said
Yes.
she's staff.
Yes, she's now my staff.
Oh, wonderful! But this Michaela is actually a cancer survivor.
Yes,
Can you tell us? Now, you've always been here in Fresno, California, or?
We're Sanger area, a little small town of Sanger.
Uh-huh.
And then obviously when I got diagnosed, we were traveling back and forth from Madera to Sanger because I had to stay at the hospital.
Do you have brothers and sisters? Or?
Yeah, I have a younger brother. He is 13 now. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, how old were you when you were diagnosed with cancer?
I was 6 years old when I was diagnosed. It's a pretty young age, so didn't really know what was going on. Not a whole lot of.
Were you not feeling well, or?
So I actually woke up in the middle of the night with a really bad pain in my leg. I went to the doctors. They had said, "Oh, it's growing pains. You're going to be fine." It just kept hurting. It just didn't go away. So we ended up going to Valley Children's, and that's when they had said, you know, you've been diagnosed with leukemia, and that's when my battle had started.
Okay. So, did you have a bone marrow transplant?
I went through chemotherapy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So, how long did that last?
About 2 years, 2.5 years. I was about 9 when I started remission, and I'm 10 years cancer-free now.
Well, congratulations. That's really exciting. That's really exciting. Your parents, they work here in the local area? or
Yes.
What do they do?
My mom works for Pittman Farms in Sanger, and my dad works for the California Highway Patrol.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. So, Nikki, you have a couple questions?
Yeah, well, first of all, it was nice meeting Michaela, and I told her I have a cousin in Hinesville, Georgia, named Michaela. It's spelled the same way. So my question to you is, you've been in remission for 10 years, right?
Yes.
So when you work with survivors, it must be very fulfilling to help others through their journey.
Yes, it is. It really puts everything into perspective, especially going up to camp. You know, I see these little kids fighting their fight, and it's kind of, I don't forget that I went through that as well, but it was so long ago that you see these little kids going through it, and you don't really know how they're doing it because they're smiling, they're so happy, and you know, it's amazing. It really puts everything into perspective.
Between the camp and the Valley Children's Hospital, the hospital must really have been a help, support,
Yeah,
like
definitely.
terrific.
The
to have that
staff at the hospital, I had doctors that actually are at the camp too. Some of the people at camp actually treated me when I was going through chemo and everything. So a lot of familiar faces everywhere.
So this is like a community. It's like
Yes,
its own little
definitely.
community. Oh, that's wonderful. And everybody don't have that support. It's so wonderful we have it here in the Valley in Fresno.
Yeah.
So now currently you say you're, how old are you?
I'm 18.
And you're doing what from day to day? What are you involved in? Besides the camp?
I have work. I'm a waitress in Sanger, and I just finished my first year at Fresno State.
Yes, my alma mater. So you're going for a 4-year degree there?
Yes, I'm majoring in kinesiology. I plan to end up back at Valley Children's in the physical therapy department.
And that word again, what does it mean? What you say?
Physical therapy?
Oh, you said physical therapy.
Yeah.
So you're going to be always working with people recovering from something.
Yes, that's been my plan since I was going through it. You know, at one point
It's
I had
natural.
Yeah, at one point I had to basically teach myself how to walk again through physical therapy, and that's where I want to end up. I want to help people that
For
need
whatever.
it. Yeah.
Sure. I had that physical therapy getting my total knee replacement, so I'm very appreciative of
Oh,
therapists.
Yeah.
Yes, so
Yeah, they do a great job.
they do. They're very needed and a very good occupation. And I know you'll do well.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
Through your cancer journey, you didn't lose your leg or anything, did you?
No.
And they were able to save all that?
Yeah. The pain in my leg was just, it really wasn't,
Was
yeah.
a symptom?
Side effect.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That was good.
Yeah, so they caught it in time.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, okay. So I don't know, can you kind of give us an idea how this, I mean, is there like a timetable that you need to?
Early detection kind of thing, you mean?
Yeah.
There is sometimes doctors can catch it. A lot of our patients and our siblings have told the same story, that when they went to their general physician that, oh, they have the flu, or they're fine and they have lots of bruises and similar flu symptoms, and so they get misdiagnosed, and so they don't catch it until later on in life. Yes. But we have a lot of very persistent parents, and they have those parental instincts and know that something is wrong with their child. Right. So they end up taking them to Valley Children's for a second opinion, and that's usually where they catch it. Oh, okay. And they did that with my younger brother. He had a tumor in his kidney. He had a Wilms tumor, and the general physician kept pushing it off, and finally they went for a second opinion, and they said, take him now, because it almost burst and it almost killed him. So luckily Valley Children's caught it, and they removed the entire kidney and the tumor, and they did well, and he's doing great. And Michaela as well, they caught it. And
so he has one, he's living with one kidney?
He has one kidney, yes.
Right, okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Remember I used to have that commercial about a bruise that won't heal. Things that you could look for that people tend to ignore.
Yeah, there's symptoms, signs that.
What are they?
Well, there's different things, because there's different types of cancer, but a lot of it is lots of bruising, fatigue, flu symptoms. There's lots of other things. It depends on what type of cancer you're diagnosed with, because there's brain cancer, there's leukemia. Yeah, so it just depends on the specific type.
And if you start coughing up blood, maybe because you're a heavy smoker or something.
Yeah, but children, it's different symptoms than adults.
Well, that's why I'm asking, because for a child, I mean, they're not going to be able to
tell you
explain. Exactly, and that's my brother was 18 months old, so he obviously couldn't explain that. So it's more of parental intuition.
Right, but that's, I'm trying to figure that, how does a mom know? Yeah, moms, you're right, that intuition works, but then again, it's good to be able to ask or know what the signs are, so people will be aware, because you never know.
And even that second opinion, because they keep telling you, don't just, if you feel like something is still wrong, and not saying they don't know what they're talking about, but let another person concur with what they're saying.
Yes.
So tell us about the camp itself. This is a wonderful brochure.
Thank you.
I don't know if you can see it out there, but see, this is the front part of it, and then we have all these great pictures of the camp. Everyone's smiling, and they're at camp. So tell us about how they get involved, or if some of the children out there are suffering from cancer and they're on their way to remission, how would they get involved with this camp?
So our camp has been around since 1986. It has always been 100% free to our patients and our siblings. And it is 100% run by volunteers. So none of our staff gets paid. We do not have a payroll. We do a variety of fundraising year-round, and then we set a budget and we pay for the kids that way. If there are children out there who have been through cancer or are currently going through cancer, they can contact the Valley Children's Clinic, or they can go to our website, www.campsunshinedreams.org, and there is a button on there where they can click on a request for a packet, and I will mail them a packet.
Oh, okay. So, no particular age group, or
the age group starts at 8 years old up to 15 years old for patients and siblings.
Okay. And so, say I apply for it this year, are you able to get in this year, or is it you have to wait a year? Or
Yes,
what's the waiting
so
time?
our staff is set. We hire early on in the year, but as far as the children, they can apply up until the beginning of July.
Okay.
And then a couple weeks later, we're up at camp.
Oh, all right. And then now folks is there a donate button on that
Yes,
site?
we do have a donate button on that site. It has all of our information on the various ways that you can donate to us. It has our wish list on there. So there's lots of different
Give us a little
things.
bit of your wish list.
Well, we do lots of fun activities at camp. We have arts and crafts, so we're always looking for arts and crafts supplies. We have archery. We have waterfront. We do sports. We do skits.
Singing.
We have a musician that comes out from Texas that does music therapy with all of our kids and staff. So we have a bunch of things listed on there.
Okay.
And I know there's several companies out there that do arts and crafts supplies, and we would love donations.
There you go.
I like Hobby Lobby.
Yes, we love Hobby Lobby.
Now, do you also do do you have like psychologists, people like that help, or?
So we have, excuse me, we have a full set of board members and staff.
Okay.
We have our oncologist doctor, who was actually my brother's oncologist and was cross-track?
Yes, crush.
So her oncologist as well.
Okay,
So she
okay.
works through Valley Children's. And then we have a full set of nurses who have been around for many, many years. And then we have social workers that will come up on Wednesday to visit and see the kids, but they're not there all week. Our goal is to have fun and be away from the moms and dads and the doctors and the hospital and just let them be kids. So that's our main goal, is just let them be out in the outdoors and have fun.
So what do you think of all that, Michaela?
Oh, as a kid, it was what I looked forward to all year round. At school, at such a young age, even our older campers, people don't really know how to react to cancer. They don't know what to do, what to say, or even like how to talk about it. Some kids, even with their parents. And at camp, everything's okay. It's okay to cry, it's okay to laugh, it's okay to acknowledge the fact that cancer is a thing and it happens to a lot of people. And these kids are they're so inspiring. Just how they go about life with the biggest smiles on their faces, and when they get back home, they have to go straight to the hospital. And it's okay, sometimes that happens. But for the week that they're with us, we want to make sure that they're able to be the kid that they're not going to be at home. It's okay to be a kid.
It's okay to be a kid for as long as you can be a kid.
Yes.
So that drive up to Huntington Lake, is it just like a 45 minutes or an hour from here? I don't even know what Huntington.
Our kids get picked up in charter buses at Valley Children's Hospital, and it probably takes the charter bus about 2 hours to get up there. Lots of windy roads. It's above Shaver Lake, so it takes a little while for a bus to get up there.
And it's good that the charter bus pick them up
Yes.
and bring them back. Oh,
Yes.
how nice.
Yeah, and we have volunteers and nurses on the bus with them, so they can transport them and take care of them on the way up there.
Well, it sounds wonderful. I had never heard of Camp Sunshine until this week, but I intend to stay connected with the donation part. Do you have any fundraisers, yearly fundraisers, that you have an event?
Yes, so we post all of our fundraisers and our events on our Facebook page, Camp Sunshine Dreams, and we have a car and boat show coming up at Bass Lake and Miller's Landing on June 1st, and then we have our annual golf tournament on September 8th later on this year.
Oh, okay.
And then we just do a bunch of private events with local groups around here.
Right, and then that donation button.
And that donation
on the
button is
website.
always helpful.
Okay,
So
sounds
the golf
good.
tournament is going to be held where?
The golf tournament is at Sunnyside Country Club, and it's been for maybe 30 years now, and we get together and we have teams, and they each player fundraises a specific amount or more, and then they go out and have a nice golf day, and then we get together and have a nice dinner and silent auction, raffle, and it's just a really good time to reconnect with some of our main donors.
Oh, okay. So, you said
good.
silent auction, so people can actually call and donate
They can,
something?
yeah, they can donate items. I'm actually in charge of the dinner and the silent auction and raffle, so we're always looking for any items that anybody's willing to donate.
Now, do you have to worry about like clothing? I mean, some of the children may need items. Or?
Yeah, sometimes depending on where the background the children come from, we do have children that show up with a little backpack full of clothes, because down in August down here it's 105, and we go up there and it
It's
could
chilly.
be 50. So
Yes.
we are always
Jackets.
in need of warm clothing, sweatpants, sweaters, and sleeping bags, blankets, things like that for the children, because the parents sometimes don't realize the weather difference in the mountains.
So walk us through one day of being at Camp Sunshine.
Okay, so on a regular day, on our Tuesday, I would
Yeah.
say, the kids get up and they go to breakfast, and then after that, after every meal, we sing. So they bang on the tables, they have
the
little
best part.
rattles, they sing lots of fun songs with our musician. And then we have stations, which is what we were talking about, the archery, the music, the waterfront, all of those. So they get to rotate throughout the week to all the different stations. And then we have lunch and more singing. And then in the afternoon, it's free time. So a lot of them like to go to arts and crafts and create bracelets and do paintings, and pretty much whatever we have there is open for these kids. And then waterfront, they love to go out in the lake. Luckily, we've had lots of rain, so the lake is full. And there's boats, little boats down there, paddle boats that they can go in and just be kids. And we have full set of lifeguards, and
Yes.
it's a good time. And then we usually have our dinner and more singing, and then we do campfires. So they go and they have skits and songs, and
wow.
just being around a campfire. A lot of them don't get to do that,
Oh.
especially not in the hospital. So it's a really good time, and we try to schedule as many events as possible in the week, within our budget, and just give those kids the best week of their life.
I can remember, I probably went to camp one time, maybe two, by the Salvation Army, and I'll never forget it. Never forget as long as I live, especially the songs.
Yeah.
And we had some called There Were Three Jolly Fishermen or something. I still remember it. And I'm talking about a lot of years.
Well,
So-
now I noticed that you said that nurses and doctors, so a lot of these children are still going through the process of surviving the cancer.
Yes, so we do have campers there that go through their chemotherapy treatments. All patients and siblings have to be approved by their doctor at Valley Children's before they come up. So we do get some that are too ill to be up there for the entire week. But there are some that are approved, and then we have doctors and nurses on site where they can give them their medication, their shots, their pills, whatever they may need, and then they can go on with their week. So it's a nice comfort feeling for the parents as well.
Right. You don't want them to worry.
Yes.
Right. No, I get that. So let everyone know. I mean, you need donations. Would be clothing.
You need volunteers.
And that's
Can
another
always
thing.
use more volunteers.
Yeah, so our main thing is donations. Financially, we do have a set budget every year, and we are very good about sticking to it, but donations have declined in the years past just because of the economy, and so we're trying to build that back up. There are also product or item donations like clothing or products for our silent auction in order to raise funds.
Right,
So those
right.
are the main things. And if anybody is interested in volunteering we take our volunteer applications January through March. So for this year, we have all of our staff set, but for next year, make sure you apply in January.
Looking for new volunteers,
Yes,
right?
always.
Good.
There you go. There you go. And how many people go to the camp?
We can hold 110 kids, and we always do, and we have about 45 staff members.
Okay. And do you, I mean, once they go, do you have pick and choose for the next year, or how does that work? I mean,
As far as the children or the staff?
the children going.
So our children are broken into age groups.
Okay.
So we usually have the 8-year-olds, the 9-year-olds, the 10-year-olds. They're all grouped together by gender as well. So the girls are with the girls, the boys are with the boys. And then if they apply again the next year, then they can come again the next year.
Okay. So there isn't any.
They have to reapply every year just so we have all the proper paperwork and the doctor's approval according to their medical diagnosis and how they're doing in that stage of life.
Okay. And
Wow, this is very informative. I'm telling you, I'm someone who didn't know, and I'm so thankful for you being here today.
Thank you.
yes, that's wonderful. Well, everyone, remember Camp Sunshine Dreams and the phone number. Can I give the phone number out?
I think the phone number is different. I can give mine.
Okay, go ahead.
The phone number, if you'd like to reach me, is 559-301-2929. And it's Stephanie Casey.
Okay. And you saw all the smiling faces on those photos. Maybe they'll run them again. I don't know. We thank you so much for coming. Well, you live here close by, or hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm like, you didn't drive all the way from there. Camp.
No.
I imagine
No.
you're getting ready for it.
We
though.
are, yes.
Okay. So all of that's mobile.
Yes.
Give me that email address again, just one more time for the email.
The email, they're all listed on our website.
Oh,
So if you go to our website, you can click on whichever member you'd like to email, and it goes directly to them.
Okay.
CampSunshineDreams.com, right?
.org.
.org. Okay. Excuse me. .org. Anyway, it's a very unique experience. I had no idea, and now everyone else knows. And hopefully we can help get some support there. We're going to go into our announcements. I have announced a reminder. We have that block party in the Tower area on the 27th. And on Sunday, this Sunday at 4 o'clock, we have the junior, junior orchestra at the Sororian Theater. And that's a free event. I think we had, there's Toka
I don't know that.
Winery. There's an event there on Saturday. And do you have anything?
I have Juneteenth again, which is June 15th at the Frank H. Ball. It starts at noon. There is a parade before that at the Food Max on Fresno on 99. It's at 10 o'clock. So 10 o'clock for the parade, 12 for the event, Frank H., June 15th. And so if you Google it, you'll be able to get more information about being a vendor or however you might like to be involved.
And they need volunteers still, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
always you need volunteers to carry an event off. Again, Janet Sumler, if you even Google her name, she'll be able to help you with more information on it.
Okay. So next week we have an attorney. It's a very difficult name. I'm sorry. His name's Davik. It's on the yosoymediainc.com. There's a list of all of our speakers that will be coming in. He'll be speaking on the subject about domain theft and when you should know that, is that being taken and what you need to do to retrieve it and what are your rights in general. So tune in for that. And we thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope this was informative for you about Camp Sunshine Dreams, and we appreciate these lovely ladies coming to join us and letting us know. So thank you very much.
And it was nice meeting you, Stephanie. Nice meeting you, Michaela.
Yes, you as well. Thank
and on
you.
your journey, and I wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for tuning in to Yo Soy Neighborhoods Fresno.
See you next week.